Of nominees for principal secretary positions in the William Ruto government kicked off today with key focus on various PSs who served in the last government that were retained in the nominations list. Here's NTV's Sydney Chazima with the highlights of day one of the vetting by members of parliament.
Julius Korir, principal secretary nominee for the State Department of Cabinet Affairs, was the first to take the hot seat before the National Assembly's Administration and Internal Affairs Committee. This being among many times he has faced different panels to be vetted as a PS in the previous government. This time round, he is expected to take over a newly formed docket that will see him take stock of operations of every ministry. Pundits have predicted a potential clash with the PS who will be stationed in the office of the Chief Cabinet Secretary.
There will not be any clash because the focus of my office will be directives and policies that have been given from the Cabinet. So mine will be to ensure that there's no delay from when directives of Cabinet are given and they are implemented. We will also look at ways where there is interface, because I believe the role for the other office will be for the general delivery of government.
The inclusivity question was posed to him, with Homa Bay Town MP Peter Kaluma keen to know how those who voted against President Ruto will be served.
What advice would you give the Cabinet on this issue of inclusivity, particularly in distribution of state resources? And I'm only asking this question because yours is very critical.
We'll be looking at the entire country, and I will be making necessary briefs to Cabinet so that there is equitable distribution of state resources so as to bring the entire country at the same level of development.
I, Dr.
Raymond Omolo, who is slated to replace Karanja Kibisho in the powerful interior docket, also faced the panel. The former managing director of the Lake Basin Development Authority attributed the rising cases of insecurity to lack of food security.
You can look at even the situation in the north with the banditry. Either people are looking for pasture and then there's conflict around those areas. And this is directly as a result of what you're observing in climate change.
Principal Secretary
Engineer Peter Tum also makes the list of PSs who have been retained after serving in Uhuru Kenyatta's government. Having served previously in the Labour Ministry, Tum is now poised to take over the health docket previously held by Susan Mochache.
I shall give before this
President Ruto nominated a total of 51 principal secretaries, and so far, 11 have already been vetted. The process continues on Tuesday. Sydney Chazima, NTV.